And we can announce our next speaker. So let's talk about interiors of the future and in how far cutting-edge material science is making every ride more comfortable, safer, and even more fun. So let's find out more and welcome our next guest. He's Segment Marketing Manager at 3M. Please welcome Darren Lansley.
Hey, good morning all. My name is Darren Lansley, so I'm Global Segment Marketing Leader at 3M, and I work out of the UK office. I'm responsible for automotive interiors, and I have 18 years' experience working in sales and marketing roles in the mobility markets. Today I want to share with you what I hope will be an interesting story about how 3M innovate and how this intersects with passenger experience. The way we interact with a vehicle, we all know, is changing and will continue to change into the future. Interiors are changing from a focus on function to a focus on experience. The average person spends, believe it or not, 4 to 5 years of their lives in a car, hence it is becoming widely known as your second living room, second office, or even second bedroom. And we've seen many cool examples of that in the new cars on show today at IAA. So, interestingly as well, recent studies are suggesting that sound refinement, which is the focus of my presentation today, can have a greater impact on perceived quality than other features like design, brand, or even technology. Each generation of vehicle is getting quieter than the last. Innovation in materials, design, and technology have contributed to this ongoing improvement. As you can see from the graph, we have triangulated various data sources and can show that on average, for an average vehicle at 70 miles per hour, a 5 decibel loss in interior noise over the last, since 1985. Our hypothesis is that with the EV transition, and the quick advances in autonomous driving, that this will accelerate to over double that rate over the next 20 years, and customer expectations will really start to grow in this area. Switching gears a little bit, I wanted to talk to you about how 3M innovate. 3M is a material science company with 62,000 employees, over 200 locations, and 135,000 patents in our history. We invest over $1 billion a year back into our R&D budget, and the automotive market is one of our key verticals. 3M has 49 technology platforms that we are able to combine and apply in unique ways to bring innovation across the various markets that we serve. For the NVH portfolio, we draw upon 2 key technology platforms, nonwovens and acoustic management. On the next slide, I will show you how the nonwoven business technology has been used across various businesses within 3M. This is a very busy chart, and the idea is that you do not follow it, but it shows you how nonwoven technology has evolved over the past 85 years to produce some very cool and a broad range of products and market-leading technologies that 3M has launched around the world. This includes Scotch-Brite cleaning products, diaper fastening tapes, or nappy tapes as we call them in the UK, first aid dressings, face masks and respirators, home air filters, fire barriers, amongst many others. But more crucial to this story was the change that happened in 1990, when a material known as Spinsolate, that's used in your hats, in gloves, and in ski wear, moved into the automotive industry and was used as a novel, super lightweight, and at the time, patent-protected sound insulation material. So we moved it from trapping heat in garments in 1980 over to the automotive industry in 1990. In this space, we were competing with some very dense recycled products, a category called shoddy, made from recycled cotton from the garment industry. The most effective sound-absorbing materials have very fine fibers with a huge surface area. Fun fact for you all, 800 grams of Thinsulate, about the weight of a large loaf of bread, if you put the fibers end to end, would span once around the Earth's circumference. And this is probably equivalent to about 2.5 meters of area. So in a vehicle, you could imagine that you've got enough fibers, if it's all Thinsulate content, to go once around the world. Hence, the rest is history. So we picked up some business with some major OEMs very quickly, and now Thinsulate is used in nearly every single vehicle platform globally. And we have 10 global manufacturing locations, so a footprint to serve all OEMs around the world. Through the years, we have evolved the family, focusing on how we can improve the performance and entering into new applications. Including last year, or actually in 2023, there are now versions of Thinsulate in Europe with up to 38% recycled content, which we'll be looking to expand around the world. However, as time has gone on, designs change, and customers have constantly been struggling with package space. And they've been feeding back to 3M that Thinsulate is too thick and they need a thinner product. Taking thickness out of Thinsulate was not necessarily feasible to continue meeting the customer specifications in terms of the performance and other key characteristics in their specifications. So our designers had to look at this challenge more holistically. This led to the development of 3M Flexile acoustic material. 3M Flexile material creates a new category in the MVH market. It's a two-in-one product that combines barrier properties with the traditional absorbers. The key to the Flexile acoustic material in being able to mitigate the mid-frequency kind of sound in the cabin is the addition of acoustic particles. So as you can see, the non-woven technology that we've used across many of those different platforms, we added these acoustic particles, and this increased the surface area again by 250 times. Hence, we're now able to use this to mitigate mid-frequencies that have previously only been tackled by barriers which reflect the sound. This product launch has been supported by two major trends in the industry. So you can see there from the picture, electric vehicles are typically 20 decibels quieter than ICE vehicles. So this broad kind of monotone sound that you get from an ICE engine, without that, you're exposing a lot of different irritating, well, sounds that humans find irritating, particularly whines from the gearbox, tire, and wind noise. So this is a new challenge that MVH engineers are having to face. Also, you can see on the right-hand side, this is the very common and important front of dash part. So this is the part that sits between the engine side and the cabin in a traditional vehicle, and it has a high importance to the overall sound package. You can see the amount of cutouts in these more modern front of dash parts. And our research has shown that if there's just 2.5% of the surface area cut away, it can have an up to 20% detrimental effect on the transmission loss, meaning that these the traditional heavyweight barrier products, which are very thick, are no longer performing the function they were first intended to do, even though in a lab environment they are able, because it doesn't account for all of these holes due to the technology in the vehicle. So we put Flexile acoustic material to the test in this specific application. We used an external test house in Japan, and we were given a donor vehicle of a very popular model there, which we were able to build into the wall, as you can see in this buck test example. The sound transmission loss testing we were able to prove a significant improvement in cabin quietness, and amazingly with 78% weight saving compared to these traditional, well, the existing product that was used on the vehicle. And that's 3.8 kilograms, so actually quite a meaningful saving in terms of the acoustic package. So you can see on the left-hand side there, the gray-looking product, that was the existing material on this vehicle. So it was a dual-layer shoddy material, so that material that we used, that we were talking about at the start, with a layer of EVA rubber, so a traditional barrier. And then you could see on the right-hand side is the same part made with flexile acoustic material. The green line is the performance of the flexile acoustic material. The dotted line was the existing part. So you can see it's across all of the frequency range that we were able to prove this performance. So what's next? Of course, at 3M, we never stop innovating. I don't have time to talk to you in this presentation about all the interesting new products on our roadmap, but you can see there, it's packed. We have new products on the horizon, including molded barrier parts, monomaterials, metamaterials, and even a version of Thinsulate that has a 3D structure. Come to our stand, E10, just over there, to have a look at what's being designed next and to talk to our experts. We have an awful lot of other technologies on our stand as well, so please come over and take a look. As I near the end of my presentation, I just wanted to remind you that although 3M is known as a material science material supplier, we are also your partner. We are involved in the entire process and can support you with the design of the vehicle, the qualification of materials, and through the production. So if you have issues where you need SOP fixes, help with VAVE efforts, or if one of the other suppliers in the industry has fallen down and you need help to bring into a new solution, you can call on 3M for immediate assistance. With that said, I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. I've kept a few minutes aside just in case if anyone's got any perspectives they'd like to share with me or any questions. But otherwise, thank you very much.